Hey gang, Greg D here, back with another video. And today I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about, kind of to stir in some conversation, whatnot. I've been really, if you don't know me that well, I'm a huge car fan. I've always loved cars. I've always wanted to have like a garage kept sports car, at some point in my life. So recently, over the last few days, I've been thinking about what I would consider, or should I say my favorite, 5 cars under $30,000. Or should I say my 5 favorite sports cars that are under $30,000. So these are not going to be in any particular order. We're also talking about brand new cars. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to list your 5 or 6 or however many favorite down in the comment section below, because I would like to hear what you guys think. But in no particular order, basically these would be cars that I would personally like to have sitting in my garage, that I could just take out on a nice day and go for a cruise in. So the first one that comes to mind is the Mazda Miata. Now, if you research the Mazda Miata, especially from a car reviewer perspective, if you go to Motor Trend, if you go to like some of these other Car and Driver, some of these other media sources, even on YouTube, a lot will consider the Mazda Miata the best driver's car, period, no matter what price range you're talking about. And for me personally, I've always been a fan of small, nimble cars. So I've always been a fan of stuff like the Mazda Miata, stuff like Honda Civics, Volkswagens, like hot hatches, anything like that, Mini Coopers. I've always enjoyed, and I don't know, there's just something fun. Obviously these cars don't have big power, but there's like that fun factor to driving them, because they handle very well, and you have to rev them out a lot of times to get them up to speed. So there is a certain unique fun factor about the cars, and in this case, Mazda Miata is a 2-seater roadster, so that can be a lot of fun. And base model for that, I believe, is right around $24,000 or $25,000. The next one is a car that I've liked pretty much since it came out, and that would be a Subaru BRZ/FRS. Something that's just the way that car looks, and I've sat in them at the Pittsburgh Auto Show, but there's just something about that car that screams sports car to me. Obviously, it's not the fastest. It's not, in some cases, some people might not call it the prettiest car, but there's just something about it that it appeals to me. I can't really explain it. It's rear-wheel drive. It's got 200 horsepower. Once again, kind of like the Mazda Miata, it's one of those things where it's small, it's nimble, it has that certain fun factor to it. Okay, so next car I've been thinking about, and this might be a little bit of bias on my part, but a Volkswagen GTI. I've always loved hatchbacks, and I've owned a Volkswagen GTI before, and honestly that was the best little car that I've ever had. I had a 2011 GTI, best little car I've ever had. And I love the fact that, for one, it's a great blend of everything. It's practical, it's fun, it's a great balance of practicality and performance, because you get the 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, you get well over 200 horsepower, but you can still easily fit 5 people in the car. You can easily still carry your family around, so that is a huge plus there. And base model there, you're talking probably about $29,000. I should mention too that the BRZ, I believe, is right around $26,000 to start. The FRS is a tad cheaper, but so the next car that I can think about is actually another Subaru, the WRX. Love the WRX, especially the new ones. I love the WRX. I've always been a fan of the WRX, even when they first came to America back in, I believe it was around 2002. I've always been a fan. My favorite one is the Hawkeye version, which was right around 2005, 2006. Loved that version the best. But the new ones are sweet looking. Once again, I think that those cars are a great blend of performance, practicality, because you have 4 doors, all-wheel drive. So in a case of living in Pennsylvania or somewhere where you get a lot of snow or harsh winters, all-wheel drive is a huge plus. And they can come in right around $30,000. Also, the new ones especially have, you know, they've improved the interior quality a great deal. I love the cutoff steering wheels, which is another thing about the GTI that I love, is the flat bottom steering wheels. I love those. It's just something that adds to like that sports car factor that I love. And then my last car that I think is a great car for under 30 grand is a Ford Mustang. Yes, we are going American muscle. Now, why did I choose the Mustang over the Camaro or the Charger or the Challenger? Well, personally, I like the Mustang the best, number one. Number two, I think they look the best. I think that the recent refreshes of all the American muscle cars look really good. But for some reason, the Mustang is just my favorite because it is that great blend of being new but being retro at the same time. And I've actually driven a Mustang. I drove a 2014 and loved it. It was great. Granted, it was a V6, but still, it was a blast to drive, rear-wheel drive. Base models of the Mustang now are right around 23 grand, 24 grand. Obviously, that's the V6. I believe that the GT comes in just over 30,000, but for under 30,000, you can get either the V6 or the EcoBoost, which to me, after driving a GTI, currently I have a Passat, I would love to see what the turbo is like, because it's like once you go turbo, you never go back. So driving a car with a turbo it's so much fun. You have no idea until you actually drive a car with a turbo how fun they can be. And they're obviously you get, you know, a 50+ year heritage with the Mustang as well. So those are my top 5 favorite sports cars under $30,000. What do you guys think? Leave comments below. This is actually fun to talk about. I think about this kind of stuff all the time, but please leave your comments below. Hit that thumbs up button, really helps out the video. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. Until next time, we'll see you guys soon.